Hi, I'm Dave Mendelowitz, and I'm Professor and Vice Chair, Department of Pharmacology and Physiology in the George Washington University School of Medicine. So I was born and bred in New York City, Bayside, Queens actually, and then I went to school in Philadelphia. I went to University of Pennsylvania, and then did graduate work in Seattle at University of Washington, then did a postdoc at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, and then was for a time a faculty member at University of Tennessee, Memphis, and then finally finished my loop to come back to the East Coast, and now I'm at George Washington University in Washington, D.C. I think having good parasympathetic activity is a real key to prolonging life and having a healthier life. For example, if you had more parasympathetic activity, your GI system functions better, you have a lower heart rate and a much more healthy heart rate. So I think the real target for increasing longevity and increasing the health you have as you age is by increasing and maintaining parasympathetic activity to a lot of your organs, including the heart. We don't really have great tools now for increasing parasympathetic activity. There are some things on the market like vagal stimulation, which is actually they implant a vagal stimulator, and that's effective, but it's also very invasive. But we don't really have good tools now, and that's sort of one of the goals of my lab, is to try to identify new tools to increase and maintain parasympathetic activity. I think what drew me to the Palo Alto Prize was the challenge of it. As scientists, we like challenges. That's what we sort of thrive for. And that was probably a major stimulus, is, sparking new ideas, and can I use this as a catalyst for new work and new hypotheses? We're tinkering with basically neurotransmitters and pathways in the brain that could maintain parasympathetic activity from other regions in the brain, such as the hypothalamus or the amygdala. And by identifying the right receptors, we're hoping to identify tools that will allow us to maintain parasympathetic activity and keep us healthy. The challenges I've had in my research are, these days, it really comes down to funding, and it's very disturbing. Me and my colleagues are on the brink of some really very important discoveries that I think will really change medicine, that will really help our society greatly. Unfortunately, it's coming at a time when NIH funding is at a record low. And universities are really suffering, and individual researchers such as myself are really suffering. And the morale of new investigators is really at a low. If I had more funding, I think I'd be able to seed more translational things, more bedside, more bench to bedside sort of research. Take some of the findings we found in the laboratory and see if they really can improve the life and benefit of individual patients. Well, I think it's important for me to win the Palo Alto Prize because I think we're really at the verge of some major discoveries, and quite honestly, we need the funding to get from point A to point B, where we could really translate that into the clinic. I think it's also important to catalyze and to generate new ideas. So it's even important to just be part of the process, to force myself to get out of my comfort zone and test things in a new way. My father died of some traumatic brain injury, and at the time, treatments were very limited. Things have improved considerably since then, but I think we also have a long way to go. So my team's based in Washington, D.C., right at the Foggy Bottom campus. So we're only about 5 blocks to the White House and maybe 7 or 8 blocks to the Washington Monument and the reflecting pool. A lot of people really like living here. I'm very lucky in that I have a great team working with me. I have graduate students, and I have postdocs, and I have research associates that are great people to work with and are great researchers. This is Ned Cawley. He's a research associate. He's originally from Virginia. And Heather Jameson. Heather's a graduate student in my lab, and she's from the Massachusetts area. I think what's unique about my team is that we have fun, and at the same time we try to be productive. We all work together towards a common goal, but we all share the load, as it were. We all have different roles to play, but we recognize each other's contribution to that goal. And we try to have fun while doing that. Winning the prize would mean a lot to me and my team. It would not only be the money, of course, but also the recognition and also the spark for moving forward in big ways. It's nice to have a challenge thrown before you and succeed. That really spurs you on to do even more and bigger things. We're at the brink of treating those devastating diseases, whether it be cancer or cardiovascular diseases. The Longevity Prize will certainly stimulate research and stimulate the new treatments for allowing that to happen. We're on a rat race where we're only concerned about immediate goals and immediate rewards. And I think having a longer life will make us more mature as a society and make us really be able to appreciate things we don't appreciate now. The race against time is imminent. We're in the struggle, we're in the fight, but we need to act now.